Good, good. Okay, cool. So let me share my screen here real quick and we'll kind of get rocking and rolling. See if I can, yeah, we'll just share this one. And I'm gonna drag you guys back up here. Actually, this is probably good. I love how Zoom, sometimes it gets stuff in your way and you can't get it out of the way, but. Okay, so, and you're just looking, I'm actually gonna reorganize some windows here. So I've got comments. So you're looking for, get most of your traffic from YouTube, Dan, so that's awesome.
Yeah, YouTube or groups or whatever. Right now I'm not doing any advertising. All this is I started creating a whole bunch of videos on basically helping people getting ClickFunnels set up.
Yep.
You know, I mean, that is the biggest struggle as far as I'm concerned. And
Absolutely.
did I just lose, I just lost your video, your screen share.
Okay, let me stop sharing. I'll start it again.
I don't think that's going to do it.
I saw it here. It was working here.
What did Todd say?
It was working here, so I could still see it when you said you couldn't. So.
Okay.
Yeah, this happened earlier to me. Actually, Jamie kicked me out and then let me come back in.
Okay.
That should clean it up.
All right. Let's see, Dan. Let's see if I can remove. Okay. Well, we'll let Dan jump back in here in a second.
Perfect.
You're still, and I should be seeing my screen back again, so that's good.
Yeah, I can see it in the corner.
Okay, cool. And I got the recording going too, so we'll kind of keep this going. We got a bunch of chit chat at the beginning, so I might chop some stuff off, but we'll at least get some of this feedback going. So let's see, and of course this is, gotta watch and see when Dan comes back in here. I've not used the waiting room feature in Zoom before, so it's like it tells you people that are, you know, in the waiting room. You got to like admit them.
Yeah, I try not to use that feature just because it's a pain.
Yeah, I turned it on, I think, because I thought, okay, it does give you the option to like get on and test your video and mic and all that stuff without people being able to join in while you're in the middle of something.
That's true.
Oh, well, let's see what it does, but it's, yeah, I won't use it again. It's not very handy.
Is Dan able to get back in?
I don't see him yet, so.
Just check, because sometimes when you remove them, it doesn't necessarily let them back into that meeting. So just check to see if there's a option where you have to unclick or something.
Yeah, you don't allow participants to unmute themselves.
I'm going to look it up too.
I mean, allow persons. I'm going to uncheck that. Yeah, I thought it said on the, when I removed him, that he would be able to rejoin, I thought.
Okay, perfect.
Unless I read it wrong. I may have read it a little too quick, so we'll see.
Allow remove participants or panelists to rejoin. Sign into the Zoom web portal. As the administrator, click account settings, navigate to meeting tab, in meeting, basic, and then there's a toggle, I guess. You can allow remove participants to rejoin.
Okay, I'm gonna go in there now and do that and make sure that we get Dan back in. He's probably, what the heck, dude? You kicked me out and now I can't get back in. Okay, so settings. And I said
settings, meeting, and then in meeting basic.
Okay.
And then there's a switch for allow remove participants.
Let's put attending on hold. Allow remove participants to join. Okay, there we go. It was off, so that's weird. Okay, well, let's hope that.
It was off. Okay, that's good. Yep.
I'm gonna post back out to Dan here in the Facebook group real quick. Oh, there's Dan back. And I turned off the waiting room too, so hopefully I'll get his mic and video turned back on here in a second. We'll be good to go. Well, thanks for a hand on that one, Todd. I appreciate it.
No worries.
I actually just learned today. I had seen somebody post about this. I actually have a Zoom webinar as well, and I use that to run into Facebook Live. So I can screen video and desktop at the same time. And a lot of times I'll just set up a webinar just so I can do that and never even have anybody else on. But they've added the option now for the meetings, and I think Meeting Basic or Meeting Advanced, that you can now live stream a meeting into Facebook Live. I haven't tried it yet, but that's a huge step forward.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because most of the time I don't want to create a webinar. I just want to do an instant meeting and just start streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so that one was one I had seen somebody post saying that you could do that, but then I looked up just last night. Actually, I was looking through Google trying to find somebody that said how to do it, and I couldn't find any documentation on it. So, and I just happened as I was scrolling through settings today, I saw it, and I'm like, oh hey, that's kind of a nice one.
I'll have to check for that. Zoom's a good product. I liked it.
It is. I really do like it
for webinars and stuff. You can't beat it.
Yeah, I think GoToWebinar hasn't beat as far as marketing goes from emails. Like you can really do a lot more with their email system.
Oh yeah.
For reminders and the look and the feel of them, customization, stuff like that. But it's extremely, it's significantly more expensive, and from a webinar platform, it's not. I just enjoy Zoom a lot. It's a lot easier to get up and running. So.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, well, Dan, are you on? I can see your name, but I can't hear you or see you.
I'll just message him.
Yeah, I see him in here, so we should be good. Just want to make sure he's back live again. We got some chat coming in. It's like, oh, there you go.
That's me.
Yeah. It's always the fun of doing these things live. I've done so many software demonstrations live that over, a 20-year career as an IT developer, that it seems like that's when things break and go wrong.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of the IT pro side. So I do networking and Windows. Well, right now I'm doing Windows deployments for the government of Canada. So I do help them move off Windows 7 onto Windows 10. So I mean, when you do demos, I've done stuff for Microsoft, like a lot of their presentations around Canada, and you always hope that nothing went wrong in your demos, because that was like in front of a live audience, and things always kind of went wrong.
He left. Yeah, he left. So hopefully he'll come back this time, and maybe it'll work this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, especially sales calls. That's always the worst, when you're like, oh, well, let's just run through this. I've got a presentation. Oh, sorry, that doesn't work. Nope, I can't connect the internet. I can't connect your Wi-Fi. I can't.
Yeah. Oh, this is supposed to look like this. If it worked, it would look like this.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine clicking this button. It actually does something.
I often do videos now of my stuff ahead of time. So if things really go south, I just, here's a video of it. Yeah, here's the video. Yeah, it's not live. I'm sorry, but this is how you do it.
Yep, that's the thing. Yeah, there's been a few times where I did a presentation in LA here a couple of years ago, and I like to do things live because it's a little more interactive, but luckily I had prepped slides with images just in case, because the Wi-Fi was not strong enough and I couldn't get ClickFunnels to load properly while I was trying to use it. So, okay, well, let's just switch to the slideshow here. So it is nice to have them just in case, if nothing else. So.
Right on. So are you just programming now for ClickFunnels exclusively, or like doing that stuff, or do you do other stuff as well? Yeah, no, just ClickFunnels exclusively right now. So I focus solely on that. When I started using ClickFunnels as a customer about 4 years ago, and shortly after I built out CF Pro Tools as kind of a free membership area, and then had enough people ask for some sort of paid program, or hey, how can I give you money? I started building paid add-ons and added that, and as soon as I did that and I took off a little bit, I thought, okay, well, this is obviously got some legs, and I enjoy this a lot more than what I'm doing for my full-time job. So I quit my full-time job and kind of focused on that, and now I'm back working for ClickFunnels as my full-time job, but I still have CF Pro Tools going too. So yeah, nice, that's great. Yeah. So I started to focus. I mean, with almost 95,000 users, it's there's definitely enough of an audience there to focus on that entirely. And for sure. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's good. It's great. The tools are awesome. That's what I mean. I can't remember how I came across your stuff, but as soon as I saw it, I went, okay, yeah, this is worth it. And I just, dropped the wad right on it, right off the bat, because it was just like, yeah, the stuff in here is just excellent little tools and stuff that you can use. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, that's great to hear. I appreciate that. So yeah, that's the goal, is trying to keep it easy and, make it so that, it's
easy to use and customizable for those that want to customize it, but still,
Yep.
you know, for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, they can still copy paste and make it happen. So.
Yeah, which is more my style.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's part of this, why, you know, I've had enough people ask, like, hey, how do you do this? Or is there any way to, you know, do custom code for this or that?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I can share a little bit of the knowledge that I have there, and as well as just, I enjoy teaching, and especially when it comes just all around funnels and, you know, seeing several years worth of people's mistakes. I'm like, okay, here's the pitfalls that people run into. So
yeah, exactly.
I'll share some of that, like how to get the foundational stuff right so that you don't run into those traps, and then how do you make an even stronger presence with your funnels?
Yeah, right on.
the road. Yeah, so
I still haven't got my funnels off the ground yet. I'm still working on that, but that's
What's
my.
that?
I still haven't got my funnels off the ground yet. That's my next. I've been busy with just doing the government stuff, and just keeps me hopping. It pays well, so I'm not complaining there, and I enjoy it. But
Sure.
what I want to do is use ClickFunnels to kind of develop a pipeline for work in the future, like doing Office 365 migrations, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, like Russ always says, you know, everybody always asks. That's always the number one question. I've done several events, you know, at the back of the tables, you know, and people always come up and want to know when it comes to coaching programs, or, hey, this Funnel Builder Secrets product or whatever, how does this work for my business? It's like, well, works for any business, really.
It works for any business. Yeah. You just got to make sure you just set it up right.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Make sure you understand who it is you're talking, you know, all the same things, you know, figure out your audience, who are you talking to, and what are they interested in? What are their pain points? How can you help them? What's the solution? What's your offer?
Yeah.
And
exactly. Yeah. What does Jim Edwards always say? It's the why. I can't remember if it's the why, or I can't remember which one he says there, but it's basically, it's not what it does. It's what you get from it, not, you know, not what the tool does.
Yeah,
so
totally.
What are you getting? Well, you're buying a drill.
Yeah,
well, you're buying a drill. You know, that's right. Yeah. What's the benefit of it?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah. That's what everybody wants. They just want their problem solved. They don't care how they get there. They just want their problem solved. And if you show them can solve their problems, they're stoked.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I had that conversation in the parking lot earlier today. Somebody was went to a chiropractor who's you probably heard of Chad Waldner, his Russell's buddy, and his my chiropractor as well. And he was walking out with his nurse practitioner, and they were getting ready to go work on her webinar for a thyroid product. And he's like, "Oh, do you think that'll work?" I'm like, "It'll, you know, or has thyroid been overdone?" I'm like, "No,
no.
You can solve somebody's problem. It's never been overdone. People are always looking for solutions. So doesn't matter how many solutions there are, somebody's going to be looking for another solution." So.
Yep, exactly.
All right, Dan, you're back in. Can you see my screen? Okay.
Yeah, I can see your screen. It turns out you don't ever want to kick somebody out, because once you do, they're banned from getting back in.
Actually, yeah, Todd helped me out with that. There's a setting you can change in Zoom. I didn't realize it was flipped the other way where you couldn't come back in. So I switched that, and then you were able to come back in, but it looks like you had to do it a couple times. So.
Well, yeah, actually, I had to come in through my wife's account. I don't know if that was it or.
Well, I saw you come in I saw you come in the second or one time before, but we couldn't see you here yet. So. Well, hopefully the next time, I won't use the waiting room next time. I turned that feature off too. So hopefully we're good from here on out. So, okay, well, let's jump into this thing so we can get this show rolling here. And so you're getting, we were talking about YouTube. So you're getting most of your traffic from YouTube. Started out doing a bunch of YouTube videos, helping people kind of get ClickFunnels set up, you know, and get going in the right direction, which is huge. I recommend that anytime somebody's looking to do affiliate marketing or whatever with ClickFunnels, or honestly any other product. It's like, that's a great way to get free traffic and get started. And then those videos that you know are popular, you can put a little ad dollars behind those and have those show in front of, you know, other people that are talking about that same thing. And all of a sudden you've got a flood of traffic that is going exactly where you want them to go. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so you've got this, you've got the CF Ninja Hacks, and it looks like it's a free course. So tell me a little bit about your offer. Like, walk me through the funnel before we actually go through the funnel, so I kind of get a picture of what we're looking at.
Well, at this point, there's not a huge amount of offer, because it kind of got thrown up out of necessity more than anything else, because I needed to put up a bunch of other stuff. So I had all these videos, and I got a bunch of them up. I got a membership site. So basically at this point here, it's completely free. come in, sign up. You go to this page, you go to another page real quick, then you go to the access and then the area. And that's it at this point here. They get the free training. What I'm working on is building out a Quick Start Blueprint, which, believe it or not, the URL quickstartblueprint.com was available.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was surprised. I got it last week. And
cool.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the videos that are the real core, the domain, the SMTP, all that kind of stuff, and set that up into a different membership site and really start driving traffic there. But I'm going to probably pretty much make the front page of that look like this.
Okay.
But go through all this. My biggest question on this is this way too much overkill, especially once you start scrolling down the screen and you see all of it? Should I just, because when they're coming here, they know what they're coming here for. They're coming here for a free membership site full of free training on how to run ClickFunnels. So I don't think I do a whole lot of selling.
So your traffic is coming from your YouTube videos where you've already covered these things, and do you have like a normal close that you use? Like, hey, if you'd like to learn more or you'd like to some help getting started with ClickFunnels, go check out my free course. The link's down in the description box.
And I introduce who I am at the beginning, and a lot of this is still being built out, because when I originally built this, I made most of the videos unlisted, and I didn't really put descriptions in them because I thought, okay, well, I'm going to have this be, a restricted membership site, and, people are going to have to come in here and maybe even make it paid or something. But then I thought, well, I need to really put up a lot of these videos for free to be able to drive people to it. So to make them public and drive people to the content, which then I can upsell them on other stuff. Yeah.
Start out by building a list. That's all. It's never a bad idea. It's just start out, and so long-term, so what's your long-term vision with this? Because obviously there's a couple of directions to go when people look at this. Obviously ClickFunnels has a fantastic affiliate program. So you could just drive people via your YouTube videos to a better help. Hey, do you want help setting up? And then use that to drive affiliates. Or is your longer-term goal with this to be building a list that you can then upsell into other paid products, or some combination of the two?
Yes, there's all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, beginning with affiliate stuff. Beginning with affiliate stuff, and also a low entry value membership area with some access to me to help them fix their problems. Plus, I'm already building sites for people and doing consulting, and so to upgrade them into those types of services, and then also to sell them other products.
Okay, great. Yep, that makes sense. So, but I like what you said with kind of starting with the affiliate stuff, because that to me is a great foundation, and it's recurring revenue that you don't have to kind of keep building, and it will grow on itself. Oh, sorry, you're breaking up just a little bit there, Dan. You still hearing me okay?
Yeah, actually you cleared up some.
Okay, good deal. Okay, good. So that gives me a little bit idea of what you got going. So we're looking at a free course for people to kind of get started. They're coming in, they're warm because they've already seen you on YouTube. They're not coming in straight from paid ads or anything like that. So they've warmed up a little bit. And so I think having a little bit of sales is good. You don't definitely, like you said, don't need to overdo it. My first instinct on this one is probably that it's a little dark. For me personally, I would lighten it up, because we've got kind of black on gray, dark red on black. That's just total personal preference. The other thing that kind of instantly, just aesthetically, and the aesthetics aren't ever the big deal, but the thing that jumps out to me aesthetically is we've got a lot of different textures going on. We've got the background image here. We've got a flat black, but then we've got this textured background here, and then we've got a chalkboard texture, and then we've got kind of a gray here, and then we can scroll down, and we've got mostly black from there on down, which is good, but then we've got a different blackboard texture here. So that was kind of my first reaction, is okay, that and we've got a different background here. We've got just a lot of textures going on. So for me, the thing that I always look at is keeping things as simple as possible when it comes to design. Always sticking with no more than 2 fonts ever on your page. And if possible, stick to a minimum of a couple colors. Sometimes you can get squeezed outside of that if you've got specific reasons, or if anything, do three primary colors, one of those being your call to action, which should be used very sparingly so that it pops out. And so I would definitely cut down on those things. I think using the background images, and I'm just kind of scroll down just to get that first pass of aesthetics. You got the little ninja at the bottom. That's cool. Got your little funnel going here. You got some stuff going. You got some text that's changing, and that's good. Definitely kind of gets people that feeling like, oh, he's got some cool stuff that I don't see on many ClickFunnels pages. So he obviously knows what he's doing. So that was really cool. But yeah, just from a design wise, I'd clean some of these up, especially like you've got a little bit of a gray border around this, and you've got the parallax kind of texture in there. You've just got a lot of like scrolling and texture things that just aesthetically may be a little bit tough for me.
Too much, okay.
So that's my just first pass aesthetics. And so then let's kind of walk through the copy and the hook. And so struggling, confused, wasting time. Okay, quickly get your funnel set up and profitable without suffering through all the tech headaches. Okay, good, not super strong, but it's not, people are already pretty warm. They're probably, by the time they get here, they already know that they want what you have. So let me teach you how to avoid all the tech headaches and get your funnel set up and profitable quickly. What I would probably do here is go into the offer, like explain to people what it is that they're getting so that it makes sense. In one, how do you do on video? Like obviously you're creating videos and you're putting things out there. So if you're good on video, if you feel comfortable talking on video, I honestly would put a video on this page of you saying, hey, thanks so much for stopping by. Here's what I want to do for you. Here's what I have.
Up until this moment, I had been a video right there, but I wanted to get rid of it because it wasn't the right video, so I took it down. Sure.
I would look at I would look at something doing, I don't know if you've ever studied like the 5-minute perfect webinar. That's a great video, or even a really simple one. And this was the first one that I did for CF Pro Tools, was just the who, what, why, how.
Right.
Hey, here's who I am. Here's why I'm talking to you. Here's what I have to offer you, and here's how you get it. Super simple script, take you 2 or 3 minutes to go through, gives you a chance to introduce yourself, explain why it is, why it is you get started with ClickFunnels, why it is you want to help, and then what it is you have to offer, which is, hey, I've got a membership area. Inside that membership area, you're going to have 27 videos that walk you through all the most common problems people face when they're setting up their ClickFunnels account. What is an SMTP server and why do I need one? How do I set it up? What is a domain name and why do I need one? How do I set it up? I'm going to cover all those things for you so it's super simple so that you don't have to waste your time learning the things that I've already spent my time learning. I'm going to break it down for you and all in one spot, save you a bunch of time and headaches. And then how do you get it? You just click the button over here, go get signed up for a free membership account, and you'll get access right away to all the videos. You made super simple script and just throw it out there. And then I would probably have that offer, in text as well. So you've got the video on one side, and maybe in the text, here's what you're going to get. Free membership area, 27 videos, covers all the most commonly asked questions like domains, SMTP, follow-up funnels, whatever it is that you have the videos about. Not all of it, but the highlights, maybe 3, 4, 5 of those things, plus a ton more. Click below to get started.
Below this, I have kind of that list. Do you think I should just get rid of the list below it and then move it up?
Yeah, I would move it up. Yeah, because we want this. We want the offer to hit them right off the bat. They're already warm. They already want this. So we don't want to. We just want to make it super quick and simple for them to get into it. So just throw it. Move these things up at the top. I will probably try and because a lot of people aren't necessarily going to know what these things are. So where are you stuck? What do you need? Custom builds, order forms, Zapier, blah, blah. Yeah, and it doesn't, like, this is just a list, but it's kind of, what do we cover? So like if I were to look at this, like initially, I'm like, where are you stuck? Okay, this is a list. That's great. I did not connect this list of stuff with this headline up above it. Because again, the texture thing, it's kind of in its own box. It's like it's a separate thing. These are in their own box. They're a separate thing, but they really are tied together, but we've separated them out. So when I look at them visually, I'm like, okay, where are you stuck? Well, great. Well, okay, what does this tell me? But it answers this question here, I'm assuming. What do we cover? So make that so that's in one chunk. It's what do we cover in CF Ninja Hacks? Here's what we cover. We cover, just, the highlights here. We cover payment gateways, custom domains, outgoing SMTP, API integrations, and keep it, you might even keep it a little bit light. I don't, personality-wise, I don't know you very well, obviously, but communicated online, and that's about it. But I believe you've got a pretty good sense of humor, if I remember correctly from posts and seeing comments and things like that, right? So you like to kind of keep the humor going?
Yeah, so I think so.
Yeah, I would just incorporate that in a little bit, and then have a little blurb down below, like, hey, and if you don't understand anything that I just said, you're in the right spot, because I'm going to explain it to you. Because most people are going to come in outgoing SMTP. I don't know what the hell that is. Why do I need to know what that is? I'm going to tell you why you need to know what it is. So just click to get started. That sort of thing, because people love that. It builds a connection and you get rapport right off the bat. So definitely, I would simplify the list a lot. I wouldn't have it be so crazy where people are like, oh my God, there's so much stuff I'm going to learn. This might be too much for me. Just pick out 5 most popular. You could probably even go and look at your videos and see which ones have the most views or the most watch time, and say, okay, so obviously people are searching for SMTP. They're searching for domains. They're searching for payment gateways. So those are the ones that I'm going to put on my list because they're the most popular. They're the most likely to get somebody here, and that's what they want to see on the page. That, yep, I want to learn that, so I'm going to get in here and do that.
Okay.
And you could have, and you could even separate it out, with a link down below that says, hey, click here to see a full list, and have that be down further down the page. But up top, we want to make that, super, super clear that, hey, we're going to answer your most pressing questions. We're going to do it in a super simple way for you. You're going to understand it. We're going to make it super easy so you don't have to know what all this stuff means. And then get them the button. And I would get rid of, this is kind of cool, but aesthetically for me, it's a little too much. It's cool. I dig it, and I love that you did it, but I don't know, most people, and I shouldn't say most people, I have a feeling some people are like, okay, what, yeah, I don't know if that's a button. I don't know, can I click that? I don't,
That's why I put the little thing underneath it, just in case they saw everything else, so they saw that and they go, okay. Plus, that's also a hyperlink below it.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of, and this comes from years of doing UI stuff. I'm a big fan of, if you have to think about if you have to put another button that says click the button, then it probably is not obvious that that's a button, and maybe you should just make it more obvious that it's a button. Same thing. Like I actually had this today. I was working with Karen, who's one of our copywriters, and she wanted to forward me a Voxer message from the Voxer app online. And she said, well, I thought I sent it to both of you. I checked the box. And I checked to my name to send it to me. And she said, but then I checked Nick's, and I bet it removed you and added Nick. And it does. They were check boxes, but it was actually radio buttons, so it's like people expect things to do certain things. And if they look like that, you have to make sure it does that. And if it doesn't look like that and they have to think about it, then a confused mind, doesn't normally do what you want them to do. So I just make them nice, clear buttons and stick with that. Keep it super simple.
Okay. So are you saying I should get rid of the rotating text or just the background?
I would I would start with just getting rid of the background. The rotating text is okay. That kind of makes sense. But as long as it looks like a button and the text rotates, I'm okay with that. But the background switching out, because it might just be because it goes so dark. Obviously, normally when you hover over a button, it might change colors a little bit. Or it might pop or have some sort of effect, but going to where you've got a black background with these kind of dark clouds, it's almost like people might be, especially low vision people, or people like me that are getting a little bit older and their eyes are changing. They're like, okay, did it just go away, or is it, okay, what's going on? So yeah, I'd probably just make it look a little more like a button, and I think keeping the text rotate is okay. So I think if you just do those two things, it'll be much better right off the bat. Just video up front, super short, who, what, why, how script, and then just a little bit about the brief offer. Here's what you got. Here's how to get it. Click the button down below. You'll get access to the free members area.
Okay. So all the testimonials below it and everything, should I just blow that up too?
No, I honestly would keep those. I think those are great. So I would, I would just probably get rid of this whole section and move the testimonials right up below it. Just swap this section out with your video and a little bit of a kind of a mini stack for, hey, here's what you're going to get, and click the button to get started. And then testimonials down below, because people do like to see those. And so these are all good. Yeah, I would probably get rid of entirely the coming soon ones. One, texture-wise, and two, just reorganize. Put this one in the middle or something. Do a 3-column row and put it in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this button here, it seems like it rotates a little too slow, so you don't get the whole thing. I'd probably make that one just plain text. Having the extra call to action though is really good.
I just put that one in like the other day, and yeah, it may not be working right, but I can just make them all text too.
Yeah, just make it simple text, and probably do I'd probably do something like, I'm ready to sign up in the main text, and then below it put put your yes, Dan, I'm totally convinced, and just leave it super simple as that, and just make it static. I would probably make it also not be the full width. Probably make it use the fluid width, and maybe give it a little extra horizontal and vertical spacing, so it's a bigger button, but it's not the full width, because a lot of people will see this. We see both things happen. We see a lot of people that look at things like this that look like they might be buttons that are actually headers that have a background color. And we see from our heat tracking, from our heat maps, that a lot of people click on those, especially on mobile. We see a lot of taps on those, and they weren't buttons. So we actually spend time when we're mobile optimizing and looking at those things, we go back any place where we have a headline with a background color behind it, we make sure it's a clickable link. So if somebody thinks it's the button, they actually go somewhere. But then vice versa, a lot of people will mistake and not realize this is actually a button because it looks like a header with just a background color behind it. So until you hover over it and see, oh yeah, okay, I guess I can click that. So, but if you make it smaller, it stands out a little bit more as a call to action.
Now, the other thing too is, as you were saying that, I was thinking these, all these images here, those are video modals.
Oh yeah, and see, I would put play buttons on those. Just get your little Sketch app or something and put a play button over them, because I would have never noticed that until you said it.
Yeah, as I was looking at it, I was thinking the same thing now too, but I purposely didn't, because I didn't really want a play button right in the middle of their faces. Yeah,
what you can do is actually do a almost transparent one, but just a little something over the top of it that gives people the indication that there's something to do.
Yeah. What about if I just put in like the upper left-hand corner? Do you think that'd be effective?
You could totally do that too. Yeah, it wouldn't have to be over their face. Just put it somewhere on that, so that, because people see that play button and they know, okay, there's something, this is a video. Just having that little icon over the top of it will make that so they actually click those. Especially when you've got these up above that are obviously videos, because they look like YouTube videos. These look completely different. And so I just assumed they were just images, and and I have to read the text. So yeah, I would definitely swap those out.
Yeah, how it ended up being that way is they took the ones at the bottom here, they took it with their phones upright instead of landscape, and so that's what I ended up with for an image.
Yep, that totally makes sense. And yeah, I think that's a good way to go. Breaking it up like that, that's great. But yeah, I definitely need to make them stand out more, that they are actually videos that somebody can click on.
Okay.
Yeah, and then same with this button here. One, make it just be just a static button, and probably do static text, and I just make it match with this one here. And you'll have a button up above here. So I think having kind of each scroll, you might even because you've got a good batch of testimonials here. What I like to see is not necessarily every time I scroll on the page, but pretty close to it, an actual call to action. So you might You might even be able to break and put a button right here in between this row, because you've got, you know, a stack of 3 rows here. You could put a call to action. Yep, I'm ready to get started. Then you got a couple more. Then you got a call to action. Scroll. I've got a couple more. Got a call to action. And then I'd probably just get rid of this entirely. Or if you do it, just keep it super simple. Get rid of the extra background and the box around it. Just have it be a headline. And then go to these. And these written out ones are good. The one thing that I will say, just to be aware of, that it's nothing that I would worry about right now, but if you get to the point where you're trying to run paid advertising to this, is that Facebook has now started to crack down and disapprove ads that use their basically screenshots of their app as your testimonials.
Really?
They do not want to see your testimonials be just screenshots of their app. They say that's their branding. It's their you know, material, their intellectual property, whatever. You can take the text and you can screenshot it. Just make sure it doesn't have like their, you know, the icons down here and the comments and the like and the comment where it's completely obvious that it's just a Facebook screenshot. Just take, you know, the text itself and just rework it a little bit so that it looks like it can look similar. Just don't straight up grab their screenshots. I wouldn't worry about it today. Save that for down the road when you're ready to start running paid ads. And honestly, ClickFunnels, we still have a ton of pages that still use straight up Facebook screenshots, and I still use them on my site, so it's not a big deal. I don't run any paid advertising to CF Pro Tools either, but that's just something we're hearing more and more people talk about in the Facebook advertising community, is that, hey, I'm starting to see some of my ads get disapproved. They're saying they don't like the testimonials, that I've kind of borrowed their property. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's all I got. If you're still not convinced, if you're still not going to click the.
Well, what I'd like you to do now, because I think we've pretty much got everything on this page. Go, go scroll back up to the top, unless you had something else you wanted to talk about on here.
Nope, that's good. I know the only thing I would say, I would probably drop this down at the bottom just entirely. So just get rid of this headline, and I'd probably get rid of this here as well. It's kind of cool, but people aren't going to sit around and wait for it to scroll across to be able to see it.
Okay, from marquee going across. Okay.
Yeah. So I would just have the last call to action be just a regular button that matches the ones that they've just gone through, and have it, you know, and you could, sometimes it's beneficial to kind of repeat the stack. So you could just have like, hey, here's what you're going to get, click the button. You've gone through all the testimonials, and now you've done that kind of social proof, logical close. Now you're back to, okay, what am I going to get again? And then here's another call to action. So you could put it in a little box with a little mini stack, like here's what you get, you know, the 27 videos, you know, free access, Facebook group, blah, members area, all these things, new content added on a regular basis. Click below to get started for free. And then just.
Yeah, right. I could even put the stack in between like the 2 different sections of the testimonials or something, just drop it in there as well.
I wouldn't do that. I'd have it at the top and at the bottom. In between, people are used to, okay, I'm just scrolling. I want a button. I want a simple call to action in case they've decided they're ready. But then when they get to the bottom, they're like, okay, that's it. There's nowhere else to scroll. They just they might want a reminder. It's not going to hurt to have it there. But if you got it repeated too much, sometimes it can be just that, a little too much. So I think at the top and at the bottom is pretty sufficient. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I would say. I would, you could definitely, the headline is not bad at all. You could probably strengthen it up, but I don't think people are probably coming in already pretty warm, so it's not going to be a big make or break there. What you have is good.
I ripped that headline off of one of Russell's sites, so it's pretty close to that one, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Click on the big button and see what happens when you do that. The big red button.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hopefully it'll work.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I have that there. Now, if you click on the email one, it's going to open up the pop-up. So we close that. Now, if you click on the Facebook one, so it opens up that. This is actually, the funny thing is I actually wrote this code probably a year and a half ago. So it's not the ClickFunnels built-in one. It's code I wrote myself.
Nice.
And what I like about it is that I use my own app instead of using ClickFunnels app for it, so I can actually market that to these people if I so choose.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so totally. And so all that works really good. So either one of these you can click through. The next page you go to is I put in there, I call it a best email page, and I'm probably going to take it out unless you say otherwise, because here was always my thought. Somebody comes in through Facebook. Well, that isn't necessarily the email that they use to get emails with.
Mm-hmm.
Great from a marketing standpoint for retargeting or whatever, but it's not good necessarily for the for sending them stuff as an email.
Right.
I know for me, mine's not the same.
I think I totally get what you're saying, but I think that's probably a false assumption. And the reason I say that is there's a marketer, Jeremy Shoemaker,
Right.
doing online marketing for a long time, had done the research, and he actually ran an email automation company for quite a few years. And they went through and did the research, and what they showed was that a Facebook email address, an email address that was collected via somebody that was logging in via Facebook, was about 80 times more profitable than an email address that somebody just submitted on an opt-in form. When they compared the two, the point of collection, and the logical thought process would be that, okay, people are much more likely to actually have that email be a real one and be one that they check, versus if I just type in an email, I can type whatever I want. It doesn't matter if I check it or not. It can be completely false. But Facebook is not going to be a fake email address. It's going to be a real one, because that's the only way. If you lose your password, that's the only way you're going to be able to get access again. So it's going to be most likely an email address that people actually have access to and actually check.
Okay. All right. See, for me, I use a completely different email address, so that's just me, and so that's all I had to go off of. But I know I've seen the Shoemaker study, and I've certainly heard Russell tout it, which is actually what made me write that software in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I should have sold it to everybody before you guys. And
I do the exact same thing, Dan. With Facebook, I have my own an email it's one I do check, but it's not my main email that I use for day-to-day business stuff.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what we've got. We've got 3 techie guys, because I've also done that same thing. I now use my gaming CFO tools for Facebook, but for years I had another email. Most people don't have multiple email addresses. They have, especially the majority of your customers, they have an email address, and they use that and that only. We're a little bit of a different breed, so definitely don't go off your experience, because you're a different breed. You're not a customer.
Yeah. All right, well, click on
Especially
that.
when they're coming for you like, I don't know how to set up ClickFunnels. There's a good chance they don't know how to set up multiple email addresses either. So,
well, that's true. they're like my mom.
And so that being said, I mean, just my experience from this, like initially is like, okay, I literally just told you I want access to this thing. I clicked sign up with Facebook, and now you're asking me for more information. It's like, what, it's complicating the process a little bit, honestly.
Okay. So go to the.
I think it's good that you. Sorry, go ahead.
I said the next page, if you click the yes button, that'll take you to the access page.
Okay. Yep. And then this is where they create their account. So what we need to do is this. I need to release the add-on that is the auto member creation add-on that I use in CF Pro Tools, that instead of you having to, especially now this is the 3rd time. Okay, now I'm ticked. You're telling me, you're going to explain to me how simple it is to set up ClickFunnels, and I've just had to give you information 3 different times to get access to your free content. That seems a little abusive. That would be as a customer, if I were coming in and I weren't really, really committed to getting this, I'd probably just go back to YouTube and watch your videos for free there.
Okay, now you talked about your auto login. I actually wrote an auto login thing about 1.5 years ago for this. Okay. In this case, I did it for, like, if you're doing a purchase and you just put in your password right within the purchase form along with your email, and then it auto logs right in. Sure. My question is, where would you have them put in their password then, if not here?
I don't have them put in a password. I create a password for them, and I randomly create it, and I have it sent to them via email. So I store it as a temporary field, or I store it as a temporary password field on their contact profile, and then you can use email merge tags to put that in. You could do the same. You could have them, you know, what I would do honestly is I would, if it were me to do, I would super simplify the process. I'd take off the Facebook login. That's cool, but we want this. These are people that are, you know, your avatar, your ideal client here is somebody that's brand new, that's just starting. So keep it super simple for them. Just click a button. It opens a pop-up. Step 1 of 2, put in your email address. Goes to this page like this with that email address pre-populated. Select and just put a headline above. Please select your password down below, and you'll be right in. And then it's a 2-step process then.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah. And
all
then,
right. Well, as long as you got this far, you got to see my membership site, because
yep, I'm going in now. We're going to get in there and check her out.
And don't worry, I don't even have any emails attached to this thing yet, so you're not going to get anything.
Oh, no worries. Okay, so we got a nice little loading effect there. I'm assuming, is that just for effect, or is it actually waiting for things to load? Is it?
Yeah, it's both. It's there because there's so much stuff on this page. It takes a while to load.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so just forget about that top stuff. It's the, you know, scroll down to the members area.
Okay, no, this is good. I mean, this is great that you're putting affiliate stuff in the members area. That's super, super smart. Obviously, that's what I do in CF Pro Tools, and my affiliate income more than pays my mortgage every month. And I don't do any more affiliate promotion than just having it in the members area. So, super smart idea. So that's great.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying
one thing I did at the bottom,
super smart idea nonetheless.
If you scroll down to the bottom where you can see an ad.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, my screen is delayed or something. Okay, so there's an ad. Not that one on the left, the one on the right, just so you can see it. What I was going to say is, what I did in here is I set it so that every time they click on the lesson link, it actually rotates the ads.
Oh, nice.
So you click on the lesson link and it change.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah,
my
that's
screen is delayed for like 5 seconds from yours.
Oh,
Some of these I'm gonna...
Yeah, I see what you're getting at. Yeah, I like this. Hopefully you'll go back and watch the recording, and it'll be all synced up. But
yeah, so I dropped in a few of Russell's videos in here. I don't know, I might just take them back out. But if you click on pre-funnel, you're going to see a little bit more. So right down here, pre-funnel, like down towards the bottom of your page. You see what I'm talking about on the left-hand side of the tab?
You said it was called what?
Pre-funnel. Go back up. You got the top section that says, I forget what it says. And
hacks.
Right there where it says pre-funnel. Intro to hacks, and you got pre-funnel below it.
Oh, pre-funnel?
Yeah.
Gotcha. What I would do is make sure that you get some custom CSS in here to give a pointer hover.
Right.
Because I would have not known that I could click that to open it up. Because that'll help a little bit.
It's one of my 1,000 things to do. Like you have the same.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally.
So you can open up all those tabs. So that took a little bit of custom CSS to make all those tabs open independent. Well, I should say JavaScript really. And then, so here's the meat and potatoes of it, that part right there.
Gotcha.
And there's a lot more stuff and a lot more to come. And that previous next actually wrote that code. And if you put yours side by side to mine, it doesn't look anything alike. Which always cracks me up that, you know, the more I do this stuff, the more I can look at it and go, you know, there's 25 ways to do this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
No two programmers are going to do it the same way.
Nope. Yeah, one thing that I would throw out here is that pre-funnel. I don't know what, like, that's not at all what I expected in here. I would probably rename that so it's more obvious to somebody coming in, like what is included in this content. Like I get kind of the intro to Hacks 101. Okay, that's cool. Hacks 101. Your ClickFunnels blueprint. Intro to Hacks 101. Pre-funnel. Yeah, I might give that a little bit of a different name, just to make it a little more obvious that this is the meat and potato. Like you said, this is the bulk of where you're going to learn to do what you do. Yeah, funnel build. Okay. Yeah, and these things.
Well, that's why I'm pulling a bunch of this out and I'm putting it into that quick start blueprint, just because I think already people are having trouble consuming content in here.
Yeah.
Because I've already got so much in here already that I have to figure out a better way to dose it out to people.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely. I mean, that's the difficulty too. I mean, we're kind of in the same boat there. I've got 65 different add-ons right now in CF Pro Tools, and it's kind of hard sometimes for people feel overwhelmed when there's too much. And this because you haven't nested several levels deep.
Right.
And when I have to drill down to see what it is, it's hard for me to, especially when it's called pre-funnel, especially for somebody that's new. Pre-funnel, I don't know what pre-funnel means, so I'm not going to click in it, and it doesn't tell me that it doesn't give me the indication that it's clickable. It just looks like a headline. So I might not even dig down to even see what's in this stuff, or let alone see it. If it starts out closed, I might not even ever see that there's content there. So, yeah, so I would work those out a little bit. But Ninja Hacks, I mean, that's a great one. People are going to be interested in that. Membership 101, that's great. Membership Ninjas, yep. So
yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. It just says coming soon and Lorem Ipsum tech stuff because, like I said earlier, I had to put up a bunch of stuff before I was really ready. So I just said, I'm just throwing it in there. We'll see what happens.
Sure. Yep. Totally. Yep. So yeah. So I think a little reorganization of this to maybe remove a little bit of the nesting, or maybe at least get some, make it so that it's obvious that it's a clickable. These have icons on them. This one doesn't. Add sort of those little CSS things and make it a little simpler for people to understand that there's more content here, and then maybe rename it just a little bit so it's a little more obvious. Will help them through. And I'm assuming, obviously they can come in and go in, welcome, and like you might have to make these previous and next lesson things a little more obvious for people. Put them just below the video or something where people, because right here, this is generally the last place people are going to look. They're going to look at the head. Have you ever seen that little Facebook meme that goes around every once in a while that says you're going to read this first, and then you're going to read this, and then you're going to read this, and then up in the top left corner it says, and then you're going to read this last? That's kind of the same thing. That's the last place my eyes go. The first thing they go, oh, welcome here. Okay, I watch the video, and I scroll down here, and then like, oh, there's this thing up at the top. And people may not even notice that there's options to go there, but that's the easiest way for them to get through the content, right? Is that hey, go one by one by one, and they should be in sequence of how people are going to use them. So make these a little more obvious, buttons down at the bottom that are like, hey, ready to go to the next one, the next one, the next one, and they can just click and go through and watch the videos one by one that way.
Yeah, and as they click the next button, it actually opens up the nesting. And so
nice.
if everything is closed, it actually opens it up as you go through.
Yeah, that's nice.
Otherwise, I was like, you can get buried way down deep inside of here and have no clue where you were.
Have no idea. Yeah, nope, that's good. So yeah, so those are just the few things that I would change up, and just aesthetically like this, it just is a little too garish, I guess, a little too bold for my personal taste, but. The thought of saying look like this, I'd probably make it a little smaller, maybe up the top, and not
quite so. Thing, that will only show the first time you come in. So I set a cookie up so that the second time you come in, that won't be there.
Sure. Yeah, and I have no problem with it being there at all. I think it's great to have that. It's just aesthetically to me, again, kind of the same things we talked about on the landing page, just having a bunch of different textures and a bunch of really dark colors. And these are like, we've got red, we've got yellow, we've got black, we've got white. We've got a whole lot going on, and they're really strong, bold colors. Maybe it's a little too bold for me. That's just total personal preference.
It has to stand out. Maybe what I should do is just put it above that ad, or maybe just get rid of the ad. I don't know. But because that ad is just a little too much, I think, if you're in here trying to consume content.
Yeah, I would probably, it's not horrible though. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're providing free membership area, a ton of content for free. So, it's not too much to expect that people are going to, that you're going to want to figure out some way out that they can support this. So
now when you click on one of the lesson links, I want to see, it should scroll to the top. The content should scroll to the top. So if you click on watch first.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so it scrolls to the top, but that's there. Okay. So
yep.
That's still there. Okay.
Yep, so that's looking good.
I even shot a video for people to teach them how to work with ClickFunnels support.
Oh, nice.
Because, how often do you hear people going, oh, ClickFunnels support sucks? Well, yeah, did you send them a video of what your problem was?
Yep. Yeah, no, that's the thing, and that's true too. Sometimes people send me support requests and they're like, hey, my page isn't working. Can you help? I'm like, well, okay, I'd love to. If you can give me a little bit more to go on, like, I don't know, what's the link to your page would be super helpful.
A link. Well, I'm in that Design Hackers group, and that's the thing in there. Every day virtually, I have to type in, please give me a link to the page.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So, okay, well, cool. Well, hopefully that was helpful. I think this is awesome. What you've put together is fantastic, and I think you're going to do, I think you're going to rock it out and do great with it. I love the way you've done the ads and having affiliate stuff in here, because that's really going to support. That's going to grow really quick for you, I'm sure. And that's a great thing to have going. I just cleaned up the content, make it super easy for people to consume, especially when you know that your target market is not tech savvy. And kind of it's a little tough sometimes, because part of what you do is the ninja hacks and you do the cool stuff, but at the same time, sometimes those ninja hacks from an outside perspective, it's a little too much and they just want it super simple.
Okay.
So try and
I really appreciate all this, and I'm gonna simplify, especially those first couple of pages, and get rid of that second page and the Facebook login and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll just make it super simple. And the more people you get in that way, then the better off you'll be, because then you'll have the list to go back to when you launch new things. You'll have affiliate income coming in, because you'll be able to get more people in on a quicker manner. And just keep rocking the Facebook, or keep rocking the YouTube videos. And what I'm actually, that's actually on my radar as well. I have hundreds of videos that I've recorded for instructional videos and things like that. But most of them are unlisted. I've got a few demos, but that's on my list to go through and actually just do demo videos of all the add-ons that drive back to, hey, do you want this thing? Go grab it here. And so what you're doing is great. Free videos that are like, hey, I'm going to show you how to do SMTP. If you want to figure out how to do the other 55 things that you have to do to get started, go here and figure it out. That's perfect.
I'm glad that somebody who works for ClickFunnels just said there's 55 things you have to do.
Hey, I've been doing this a long time. I ain't gonna fool nobody. It's not as simple as what we'd love it to be. We try and make it better every day, but it's, at the end of the day, it's still a complex machine, right? It's like, I have people all the time, it's like, man, the processes for setting up domains is just really, really hard. And I'm like, yes, domains suck. They're hard. So I'm sorry. We'd only make it as simple as what it is, and it's just a complicated beast.
And I see people all the time who are setting up SMTPs when they're using MailChimp. And I just go, why are you setting up an SMTP?
Oh.
I thought I had to.
Oh.
No, yeah, exactly. It's like, nope. Yeah, it's you've got some things that are just complex and just not the general public's not going to understand it, and it's hard to automate that piece of software. It's just tough. So.
Yeah, that's why guys like us have to come in and help them out, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, it's good work. I will say that for sure. And I'll get this video pulled down. Todd, anything else specific I can answer for you while we got you on the line?
No, that was great. That was you gave me some good ideas to do. I work more in the Microsoft space, so Office 365, Windows deployments and stuff. And what you did right there was just like, hey, that's a really good idea for stuff that in that space that I could do there. So very good. Help me generate the pipeline. Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump off here. I'll get this recording pulled down, and I'll throw it into the members area just so you have access to it. I'll probably strip off the first 15 minutes or so when we were just kind of chit-chatting and when I kicked you out and then couldn't let you back in and all that kind of stuff. we'll try and make it consumable for you. But I'll get that loaded in there in the next couple of days, and then look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday coming up live.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. We'll see you guys. Take care.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.